The article I chose is called Studying Modern-Day Pavlov's Dogs of the Human Variety. Erica Good, the author, wrote about a classical conditioning-based research study where they used vanilla and peanut butter scents paired with images that human participants would be looking at. And they found that just like in Pavlov's experiment, the images that were associated with the peanut butter and vanilla scents actually elicited a quicker reaction than the ones not associated with those scents. And they looked at functional MRI scanning techniques, and they found which areas of the brain were most active, and the ones that were most active were those associated with motivation and emotion. Then they decided they would give them a peanut butter sandwich or vanilla ice cream. And this aligns with the phenomenon of selective satiation, because they found that those who were given a peanut butter sandwich actually responded a lot slower next time when they were given the scent before the image. But they still had a very strong reaction time for the vanilla ice cream. So the purpose of the article is basically just to inform readers about the selective satiation phenomenon and the research behind it and future research that could be produced. And in this case, they talked about people with eating disorders and how selective satiation actually plays a role in that, that disorder. The author intends to convey knowledge about a more recent classical conditioning study, comparing it to the Pavlov dog experiment, the phenomenon of selective satiation and the importance behind it in order to help with future research. And I learned a lot from this article. I didn't know what selective satiation was, and so I learned about that. I learned that the parts of the brain associated with motivation and emotion are extremely active, you know, with the image-scent pairing. And I learned a lot about how selective satiation actually affects people in general, in this case with the eating disorders. And if I were to further research this topic, I'd look in the library database for classical conditioning or selective satiation studies, and I could find information about that for more recent findings and, you know, for past findings, and compare them. Further technical work too, so you know, in more in-depth research regarding different things. And then I could also check PsycInfo for more information. The article relates to this course in a few ways. We have an entire chapter, Chapter 3, based solely on Pavlovian conditioning, and satiation is mentioned in the 5th chapter of the book, so that's, you know, what this whole article is about. And the article mentions in this experiment that it gives a glimpse inside the brain. The MRI scans really out of view within the brain that we couldn't see before, so that's really interesting when it has to do with learning and behavior.